This is not a coincidence that they went for the same building where the church was, fully knowing that the church would complain, and now they get to play the victim. A Muslim charity is suing a church for not being able to open a Muslim school inside the same building as the church, claiming Islamophobia. I swear to you. Yes.
That's some bullshit.
You think?
In a battle right now, church. We're in a big battle, as you know. The owners are being pressured now by an Islamic group that wants to come into this building with us. And we are standing against it because we don't want that type of religion joining us in the building. And I can't say too much because I don't want to sound derogatory, discriminatory in any way.
Now, the church's comments posted publicly, in our view, are clearly hateful and Islamophobic. It saddens our client that the church, understanding the importance of faith itself, would take really such a grossly reckless position. They also persuaded the landlord, which is why you see both listed as defendants on the claim, to withhold the space that was otherwise readily available to our client.
The red portion, that's where the school, the Muslim want to open a school, and this part there, the other half is a church. So basically, the church does not want a Muslim school in the same building as a Christian church.
That makes sense. They were there first, right? But like, are they trying to rent the space out of the church, or is it like the same plaza or like strip mall?
The building belongs to a third party.
Okay.
The building, like I was showing, is two-part, right? I'll put it on screen again.
Okay.
So let me scroll in.
Oh,
a bit too much.
I see.
So this part, the front part is you don't see my mouse, but the front part is the part that's not highlighted is the church.
The church, and the other one.
And then the red portion is the place that the Muslim school want to rent.
And what happened? The church is suing, or the church?
The church went out. The video that you just saw, they put that on the line. Okay. The charity, and supposedly that swayed the building owner to not rent to them.
Okay.
And now they're claiming Islamophobia because now they're suing both the church and the business, the building owner, for not wanting to rent their space to a Muslim school.
That's ridiculous.
But let's be honest here. If that building was owned by a Muslim and they wanted to open a Christian church in it, you know exactly what the fuck happened.
They wouldn't allow
it. Because it's a bunch of white people that don't want to allow it, you know it's a problem. It's just that because Christians are involved, that they're pushing back and saying no. We all know why they're trying to rent in the same space as a church. Again, same fucking reason why they blocked Dundas and Young and Dundas in Toronto. Why they block city blocks here in Montreal to pray, why they take over parks all over Canada. It ain't because they don't have all the mosques in the world. That's a statement. They want to open in the same building as a church because they're making a statement. We all know this. So can they stop?
Oh yeah, it's a show of force. It's a show of dominance. Everybody knows. And from the landlord's perspective, it has nothing to do with Islamophobia. It's that he has an existing tenant that I assume he values. He probably, at least he knows them. He knows they're good tenants, and he wants to keep them happy. And it's just a good business decision to not rent to someone else, right? It's like if someone was a daycare and then someone wanted to put a strip bar over there, you would say, well, no.
Good example.
Right? I don't want to disrupt the daycare, so I'm not going to rent to you. It's not stripper phobic.
Let's say that the guy did not follow what the church is asking, but you look at what it implies. Do you really want to have a Muslim school in the same building as an existing Christian church? Do you?
No. If the shoe was on the other foot, it's a completely different case. And if they did sue, they would win. You know what I mean? And I'll be surprised if the church wins. I suspect they'll probably deem it Islamophobic.
The church is in trouble.
Yeah,
I guarantee you that church is in trouble. Maybe I should, maybe I can find who that guy is and actually reach out to him. Great Life Church in Stoney Creek. Oh shit, I know exactly where that is. I think I'll reach out to him.
Yeah, this is a good
See if he
comment
wants to come on the show.
by Mike. He says, I have a martial arts school in the plaza. If another school wanted to come in there, I'd be against it too. That's just common sense when it comes to rental buildings. They will use anything they can to play victim. It's just a business decision, right? Building owner, he doesn't know these new tenants. They might be shit tenants, but he knows the existing one. So of course he's going to value them over these. And if they're not going to be happy with these guys, it's a perfectly reasonable business decision to say no. And it has nothing to do with hate. You know, as Mike says, they're just any way to play a victim, right?
This is just my views. I might be completely off on this one, but I see this as a show of force. In my head, they did it on purpose.
Yeah,
they made sure to do that.
They went
they
there
knew,
probably
they
knowing
knew.
they would get kicked out,
Yes.
so that they then get to file a civil rights complaint or a human rights complaint. And if you know how those human rights tribunals work, the person making the complaint does not have to pay anything. Their fees for lawyers are covered. It's free.
Remember that trans that kept on suing pageants?
Jessica Yaniv.
Exactly. We had one of the lawyers on the show to speak about that. I think it was Jean Carpe that actually addressed it. And one of the conversation, I don't remember if it was on or off air, but that's the dude that wanted to get his balls shaved as a woman. And they're like, yeah, no, we're not gonna shave your balls.
Yeah.
That's him though, right? But did you know that behind the scene, he was approaching the women in the salons that refused to shave his balls
give me 2,000,
to say
5,000.
exact. So you know that's exactly what happened because that
Yeah.
case was dismissed against the pageant. You never heard of that dude again. He's probably trying to find other salons that won't shave his balls. Jonathan Yaniv. Yeah, sounds about right.
That's his given name, and he goes by Jessica Simpson. Like, no, bro.
And I agree with Jim. If you judge by this, is this the type of tenant that you want? That because they don't get their way, they're suing?
Right? Exactly.
You're basically showing me that I don't want you as my tenant. Like, screw this. No, thank you.
Any landlord in the world, whatever he's renting, he's going to go with the tenant he knows that he likes versus an unfamiliar tenant. Because why even take the risk? You know these guys are good. You know they're going to pay on time. These guys, I'm doubtful.
And they're already complaining?
Oh, yeah.
Because they didn't get the space they're complaining.
They're going to make life hell for you as a landlord.
That's not what you want.
You don't want to
definitely not what you want.
You don't want to.
There was a.
Go ahead.
All I was going to say, there was a good comment that was saying, isn't this the exact same gameplay the Muslim pulled in the UK? I don't know, but that wouldn't surprise me at all. This to me is orchestrated. And that's my assumption. I have no proof of what I'm saying, but that's my opinion. That they did that on purpose. That this is not a coincidence that they went for the same building where the church was, fully knowing that the church would complain and now they get to play the victim. I might be wrong, but this is exactly how I see it. I guarantee you that if they started arresting Muslims for praying in the middle of the street, they would be crying victim. Oh, you're Islamophobic. That's why you don't let us pray in the street anymore. Like, don't give me this shit. We all fucking know.